way the narcissistic parent interrupts the scapegoat child's growth is by devaluation. Another example, call him Steve, was a scapegoat to his narcissistic father. At home, Steve could never do anything right according to that father. So as Steve folded his clothes and put them in his dresser, his father would storm into his room, accuse him of shoddy work, and dump the clothes on the floor for Steve to refold. Such occurrences were common and led Steve to conclude that he was defective. Steve was defective. As Steve grew up, he found other ways to convince himself of his defectiveness. He believed himself to be unathletic despite playing several sports well. He thought that he was going to fail the next assignment in his advanced classes despite having good grades. And he could not think of himself without simultaneously thinking of something that was, I'll put in quotes here, supposedly wrong with him. It did not seem supposed to Steve, it seemed factual. Steve could not know himself in any way that was positive. To do so would have been to defy his father's narrative of him. As poorly as his father would treat him, Steve felt something much worse would be in store if he saw himself as having worth. Doing so would have prevented his father from using Steve to embody the father's own sense of worthlessness. Steve knew deep down that his father would never stand for that and would likely attack Steve even more harshly.